Hi everyone, welcome to Soaring Alignment. I'm Julie.
And I'm Denise. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for
Yeah,
listening.
yeah, we're so excited to be here today. Well, we're always excited to record and share everything that's been going on. And yeah, was there anything you want to share to start off with, Denise?
Actually, what came in just before about before we get into the our reading is even if you've tuned in for the first time into our channel and you like the context, you can actually look back, even if you think, oh, but it's a different date and it's a different month or even beginning of the year or even last year. I think if you get attracted to a picture or feel or something you read, just have a listen to that as well, because there might be still messages that can be quite profound. It's not only just for that frame of time. That was actually just coming in before, and I thought, oh yeah,
Oh, great.
that'd be nice for people to get encouraged. It could be even a color you get attracted to on the picture.
Because they're timeless, really, aren't they? It's not really a specific time that we talk about. Sometimes we have talked about astrology at specific points, but there's still the message in there for everybody.
That's right.
Yeah, whenever you come across it, it's just the perfect time for that.
That's it, exactly. And I think because want to talk about today, because we had our little talk beforehand, it's that to find your balance and harmony and really to follow your intuition and to go with the synchronistic events, and that's all part of it as well. Yeah.
That's right. And because now it's just so, your vibration and frequency is so important at the moment. And it's, if we're creating from a space of fear, which is basically what has been the world that we have been living in, this three-dimensional world where everything is very physical, has all been based on this sort of system or program of fear. So you have to work hard. If you don't work hard, you're not going to have enough money, you're not going to be able to do this, and it's all this fear program. Whereas the more that you can raise your frequency and vibration, the more you realize that doesn't have to work like that at all.
Yeah.
You can, by really doing the work in clearing those old beliefs and programming, you can start to, when that's all cleared, when you can come to a place of neutrality, I think, and you create from a space of love, then everything just moves, everything starts to create on that level and to manifest on that level. Whereas when you create from that space of fear, it's all, you just continue to build on that type of stuff.
That's right.
And that's what we touched on.
Stagnation,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's just staying in the stagnation. And I can hear even some people going, oh, but I still have my mortgage and I got my kids that need to go to school and I got all these things. We can change and shift everything with our vibration now. And it's a global view, global consciousness. It's how we want to see the world we're living in, everything. And it might sound cliche, but we've experienced it just recently. And that's what we shared before. Really, more we can come back whenever you are in fear, because it's such a strong human pattern that we go back into. So it's back to that neutral space, and from there, then create again.
Yeah.
It's a very powerful and potent time. Like for me, before I got even online with Julie, I just had suddenly this urge to have expressional dance. So I pumped the music here. I just love dancing anyway. I just had to really get something out of my system today. And I really had to do all these movements and sound, and I feel so much better for it. Just when you feel, because if you have any kind of tension, I had a bit of tension going on the last few days. And I think the best for me personally is movement meditation to go through that process.
Yeah.
Anything, when you wonder, how can I lift my vibration? If it's dance and music, do it through that. Or if it's crystals, do it with that. Or go into normal meditation, even if it's a guided meditation. Have a walk.
Yeah, it could be journaling. Yeah, walking in nature, journaling, anything that helps you to get it out of your system. And because that's, like we're recording it now when we've just had a solar flare a few days ago. So if you come across this at a later point, see if it still resonates. But basically, you know, when solar flares happen and we start to feel those effects, it's for me, it feels like a cleansing that happens, and it's bringing it out of us. And so there's no need to sort of, you know, spend too much time, you know, trying to solve something or whatever. Just allow it to sort of flow out, like not resist it, not push it away, but just allow it to come up and, you know, release from the body. You know, whereas before, I think, like for me personally, I used to, you know, what is going on? I didn't really realize what was happening. And so, you know, it ended up creating, you know, probably more worry and anxiety. Whereas, you know, what you've just described, for example, you know, going to dance and all that, it allows it to come out of us much more easily. And it's just allowing space for the new stuff, the new information to come through.
Yes, yes, exactly right. And it's even with the news at the moment, you know, like there's so much fear that gets projected, and the unknown. A fact is, we have absolutely zero control over any of that, the outcomes. So the best is, even with that, to shed that and come back into a neutral space, and then move through it and lift your own vibration. That's all you can do. It's looking after yourself and do your practices. And yeah, I mean, you know, we've talked about it for so long and we heard it for so long, but now it's like, wow, we have to do it. You have to do the homework.
Yes.
You get stagnant.
That's right. And the time is here. Like, it really is like palpable. You can feel it. And for me, and we talked about this as well, it's really putting that intention for the change of the world as well. What is it that we want to see in the world now? And, you know, for example, do we really need governments? Do we really need someone telling us how to run our lives and things like that? Like, to really go big and put that intention into the world for love and peace, and what that could really look like. Because you know, sometimes it can be hard to break away from the old world that we know, the 3D world, where, you know, it's structured, there's a system that has worked for so long. But if you can take yourself out of that system, that matrix that has been placed upon us, what would that freedom look like? Do we even need money? You know, if we were just supporting each other by exchange, or, you know, there's so many different possibilities. And do you know, like, is to put that into our field and into creating this new world. It's so important to do that work right now.
Absolutely. And I think really they're trying to do a good job with keeping us away from the knowledge that we are true divinity and the empowered beings that we are. You know, it's so easy to see at the moment, and to really tap into that and allow that to come out, your divinity, your spark.
Yeah, it's so powerful.
It is. Wow. Let's do some cards, eh?
Yeah, sounds good. Shall I start with the tarot then? Okay. What's the message for this mid-March? They are quite jumpy this morning. There's one or two. Okay. So, interesting. Okay, so the first card that popped out was the Page of Pentacles, and it's interesting because it's you see the world there. For me, it looked like it's a pentacle, but it looks like the world and what we were just discussing, and really tuning into what it is that you want to create for your own world, but also for the greater world that we live in. And to really, you know, go into your heart space, and for us to all go into our heart space and really imagine what this new world could look like. Because the more energy that we put into that, the more that it starts to manifest, because everything is just energy. So it's really about our intention and our thoughts that will create this new world that we're manifesting. Because when we do that, then we create this new beginning and the Ace of Cups, this new beginning of, you know, the cups represent our emotions and that satisfaction, and love for me as well. So when we can put that time into really doing the work, clearing the old stuff away, and then once you get into that neutral balance space, really putting the focus on what it is that you want to create, then you do this new beginning is here for us.
Nice.
And then yeah, right. And these two came as well, so at the same time. So it's like the 5 of Swords and the 10 of Wands, but this one's actually came up this way. I don't, yeah, sometimes I read reverse, so it just depends on how they're talking. But I guess what I get from this message is about letting go of the, you know, it's what we were talking about before, letting go of what's happening in the outside world. Let go of that sort of tension and worry and that burden that we carry, because the best way that we can help the world is by doing our individual work. It's not by going out there and creating more of that separation, and you know, because that's what it does as well, is create separation, which is not our real selves. But the more that we can let go of that burden, do the self-work and create what it is that we want, and put our energy into peace and love, all those type of things, then that's what's going to really help manifest this new world and really make it concrete for us. So great. Yeah, that's really lovely. And I was kind of like confused about because these two kind of came out at the bottom of the deck, and I wasn't quite sure which one. But what I see is like, you know, it might feel as if you're being left outside. You know, you've been what do you call it? You might feel alone, or you know, because everyone, you know, whatever else is happening, things like that, you know, in the world. But it's almost just remembering that you're never alone, that, you know, build a community around you of, you know, people who resonate with you. Like we have our community here, but there could be, you know, other people that you can connect with, because you haven't been left out in the cold by yourself. You're not alone. And then this came out like the Devil card was up in reverse, and it's just like what we were talking about as well, like when you start to go into that space of, you know, your old addictive thoughts and attachments of things, worries, you know, because they do become an addiction to think negative, like to think of your fears or to be in fear. And it's really to come out of that, to let go of that attachment and worry. Because it's not real, it's just an illusion, and it's what we've been told to take away our power. But actually remember your power, you know, your power and your ability to create what it is in this world.
Wow, so powerful, so on point.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, thank you.
They're great, far out. Yeah, all right, so we see with these guys. I really like it. I really took out a lot of that, actually, of that reading. Even the first card, the feeling, it really felt like Eden, you know, let's call it Eden, because everybody knows what we mean with that. It's just so much freedom and peacefulness and healthy environment, and yeah, just, yeah, make you feel like you can drop into that. And even with the Devil card, you know, I think it's very easy to try to forget things. You know, people probably grab a bottle more often than not. You know, that's an addiction as well, because some people try to find a way to balance themselves out and find peace. But it's not the way, you know. Instead of the stagnation, go and do the movement, you know, do the dance, do a meditation, or go out and to the woods or the bush. I think it's super important. All right, my friends. Now, what other messages do we have from you guys? The second half of March. Yeah. Okay. Well, we got 4. And I got the first one that came up is number 16, the messenger. And that is very much, could be even the message you hear today. Sorry, this is a bit blurry there. But it's also actually for me, he speaks of your intuition, to be aware that messages can come in from any directions now. If it's clairvoyant or clairaudio, or you see numbers, number plates or posters, just to really pay attention and awareness. And there will be more and more messages are coming in. And it could be even studies, or, read some new books and just find the things that bring your happiness and peace again. That's it's also because of the card that came in next, number 56, the challenge. I feel that's always a card about awareness. It's not about a challenge, but the challenge is actually your test every day. We have the ability every day to choose, do I go back to that way, or that old way, or the new way? Do I go to the gym or not? Or do I drink another, I don't know, crate of beer or whatever it is, or not? And it's that challenge to stay in awareness and consciousness as much as you can. And, it's about stopping when you're in the woods and you run through the woods, because otherwise you would getting all this, getting hammered by the branches. But, this one is just telling you, just slow down and be aware, pay attention to your surroundings. It's funny because this birdie, I don't know if you guys could hear that.
I can hear it.
Like,
it's really like supporting you. Yeah.
Yes, so listen up. And, there's so much going on. It's so beautiful. And take the challenge, daily challenge, more as a, your homework. It's our homework. That's what we have to do. That's why we're here right now.
I love it. Yeah, because that personal awareness is so important.
Absolutely.
If you aren't aware, you just keep doing the same thing. And whereas once you become aware, your perspective can change like that, and your whole world, the entire world, just changes.
That's right. Exactly right. So that's why it's so important. And then from there you start to build up and, do the whole global consciousness view, the place you want to create from within, but then without, microcosm and macrocosm. That's all. It's all connected. It is really truly all connected. You can read about it, but sometimes it just drops in. And I think because we talked about it before, I think the momentum has picked up so much because so many people are actually waking up to the truth. And we can all feel it. So, do your work, be part of it, be part of the change.
Yeah, yes.
And then we got number 45, the Lady of Joy, coming in, lifting up and, taking off to flight. And she's like encouraging you to open your heart space and, be in love is what I hear with her, be in love with life and with yourself, and vibrate that high vibration, to sing high for all of us. Really, you do it for yourself, and then we create this amazing place, this amazing world.
That's right. Yeah.
So I feel her with it. I see actually what in that vision, I just feel so much energy coming in with that. That's really uplifting.
Yeah, I feel that upliftment as well.
That's how I felt this morning here with my dancing. It was
so good.
and everything. It was so good. And then, so we got the outcome card, number 31, the Smith.
Oh.
And, you see he's forging a wedding ring. Really what it stands or talks about is the wholeness and completion, again, from within. He's helping to make things whole. And you see the community that Julie just spoke about is so important as well, to have that community around you. And if you feel like you don't really have a supportive community, find it, because we're all out here, we're all part of it. And also know in the other dimensions, we got so much support, all fractals and shards of ourselves. But, it's, you're not alone, definitely not. And, that energy that he's bringing in feels so complete. And instead of being like, you can't probably see it totally there on that picture, but the ring is a bit broken and damaged, and that stagnation of life, but he's making it all nice. And I'm sure after hammering it into place again, I think I can see him polishing it up as well. So it's vibrant.
Yes.
It's all about that, the vibrancy now. It's so important. And that's it. That's your change of the vibration. It is really the most important thing to do at the moment.
I also love that word that you use, wholeness and complete, because that's, you know, we are whole and complete. It's just having to remember that's who we are, because of everything that, you know, we've been told. I'm not blaming whatever. It's just more remembering that when we are feeling whole within ourselves, that's when, you know, we can receive all the good stuff that is coming to us. Otherwise we feel unworthy, we feel like, you know, no, it's not for us, blah blah blah. But when you start to go into that wholeness and completeness within yourself, then it's like, no, I am deserving, I'm worthy of all of this, you know, abundance or everything that, yeah.
Yes, and to live in that beautiful world that we all seek, you know, where everything is in harmony and whole. That's right.
Yeah.
It's everybody's seen it, right? It's like that love vibration, and when you feel that love for yourself and about life, you just vibrate differently, and people will look around to go like, oh, well, look at that person, because, you know, you're so vibrant. You know, that's literally what it is. But
yeah,
the magnetic field is just like getting bigger and stronger, and people pick up on it, of course.
Yeah,
With
consciously or not.
Yeah, that's right. But it's just like an energy, and you can't help it, but you get uplifted by higher energy. And that's how we can be tuning for each other. You know, everybody's doing their work, and we trigger more and more people to get up into their vibration.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we're activating this new world, bringing it into physicality now. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Oh, that was so good.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, thank you. Excellent.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. So, you know, we're wishing you the, you know, amazing second half of March. I can't believe that we're entering into solstice soon and things like that. Not solstice, sorry, equinox. The time is speeding past, but we wish you a great second half of the month, and remember to be in your center and to be balanced. And then, you know, once you're in that space, to really put that energy into what your world and what the outer world will look like, to help create this new shift, to really speed it along.
Yeah, let's do this all together. We are all in the same boat. Let's do it.
That's right. Yay. Oh, thanks
so much. Thanks. Awesome. It's like I don't want to let go now. It's like, I want to keep talking.
It's always like that, isn't it?
Perfect. Anyway, so we hope we see you again. Thanks for tuning in, and spread the love, everybody.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching. Take good care.
Bye.